Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our predictions for UFC 140, headlined by Jon Jones versus Lyoto Machida, which is going to happen on December 10th. Yep. Got anything to say, Dave?
Do I got anything to say? To say? I'm back. You happy now? You happy? I know you are happy.
Yeah,
I'm back, right? Officially now.
Yeah.
What was?
You have some human on your teeth.
Can't blame me, right? Mongolian people need to. What were you saying?
So, yeah, man. So we're getting to UFC 140. Stick with us. We'll have the Strikeforce Masvidal versus Melendez predictions up. UFC 141 Ultimate Fighter finale. That's gonna be up right after the Ultimate Fighter show. And so yeah, a lot of good MMA stuff coming your way from MMA for you and the C&D channel.
Awesome.
Okay, let's just get this started then. Okay, on the main event we have light heavyweight champion Johnny Bones Jones versus Lyoto the Dragon Machida.
You're gonna pick the favorite one. You're gonna pick Jon Jones. I know you will, right?
You know what, man? Lyoto Machida is actually my favorite fighter.
No royalty.
You know what? I love the guy.
No royalty.
You know.
If you love the guy, pick him.
I can't. I have to be as what's the word? I can't play too much favoritism here. I just feel that Lyoto Machida has a chance here. A good chance, actually. I think just from a stylistic standpoint, he's really good at going in the pocket and all of a sudden just darting out of it and just doing that and frustrating his opponents. Of course, Jon Jones has the longest reach of the UFC. He's pretty much like a heavyweight fighting in light heavyweight.
I know.
And Machida, quite honestly, is like a middleweight that fights in light heavyweight, which really hasn't stopped him from kicking ass. Footwork wise, I'd give the advantage to Machida. He has more footwork. Jon Jones is pretty flat-footed. With the wrestling, I mean, you saw Lyoto Machida defend Randy's Greco. And you gotta wonder if he can defend Jones's Greco-Roman takedowns as well.
I'm not too worried about Leo on the ground. This is what happened. Most of Leo's game, he never really knocked down somebody. He did, but it's so few. Mostly we see a decision. Jon Jones is not somebody you want to wait until a decision, man. That guy. Any moments that guy has the potential to knock out the Lyoto Machida. That's why I worry. Footwork. I'm pretty sure, Leo's magic puzzle gonna confuse Jon Jones, but I don't know, man. I love Lyoto Machida. I want him to win. I'm not too sure at this point.
Yeah. Well, one thing with Machida is I'd actually kind of disagree on. He's showing more knockout power as of late, knocking out Thiago Silva, Rashad Evans, and recently Randy Couture.
Okay.
With a crane kick. I don't know if he'll be able to do that to Jon Jones.
That's what I was saying.
Because he has to reach. He's gonna have to reach to hit that chin.
I mean, Jon Jones make a striker look like. Just normal boxer. I mean, Jon Jones is way too good at striking.
He's outstriking Shogun and Rampage, who are known primarily through their striking at this point.
And how is Machida gonna outstrike Jon Jones? You know what I mean?
Well, also Jon Jones hasn't fought someone like Machida, who, like I said, can go into pocket and just come out. With really quickly. It's not a guy that's gonna stand in front of him.
Absolutely. So hopefully my Leo, totally confused Jon Jones, going in and out, knocking down, or get a decision and win this fight. Leo, I believe in you.
Okay, cool. On the co-main event, we have Frank Mir versus Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. It's going to be a rematch, actually.
I love Nogueira, but it's all Frank Mir gonna win. Period.
Yeah, I still feel, and you saw it in like the Crocott fight, which wasn't great, but like the Nelson fight, I mean, Mir's using like knees a lot more, better from the clinch. I just think his power is a little better. He's a lot buffer now. And he was the first man to ever KO Nogueira. I think he definitely has the power. Nogueira still got a chin. I mean, in their last fight, what happened was that Nogueira reportedly had a staph infection. That's why he didn't perform that well. And he did look pretty slow. I have to say, though, like, Nogueira just these days, I love the guy.
Stiff.
He's got, yeah, exactly. He's like, he comes off kind of even against Schaub. I mean, he was getting uppercutted and hit clean. I mean, he did really well, and won. He knocked out Brendan Schaub, which is really good. That was a really good win for him. But it doesn't mean that he's not still kind of. His age kind of shows.
Yes.
Even though he knocked out Brendan Schaub, his age still kind of showed in that fight. That's the thing.
You know what he?
But he's not that old. It's just he's battle worn.
Exactly. You know what he remind me of? He remind me of just Rocky.
Yeah.
Take, boom, boom. Okay, knocked out someone. With Frank Mir, it's not gonna be that easy. Frank Mir has power, well rounded. You want to tag him out? Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I got Frank Mir winning that one.
Frankie.
Okay, cool. Well, next fight of that, we have the other Nogueira brothers. Antonio Rogerio Nogueira is going to fight Tito Ortiz.
Gotta choose Tito, man. Our boy, dude.
You know what? Actually...
What do you mean, you know what?
Actually, Tito's not a bad bet here. I mean, his last loss was against Rashad Evans, which he actually looked good in that first round. Stylistically, if Tito Ortiz utilizes his wrestling, he should be able to actually beat Nogueira.
Yes.
Nogueira's takedown defense isn't that good. The only problem is, I don't know if he's going to. That's the problem.
True, but Tito is fighting more smart, gradually, right?
He actually, yeah, like I said, I don't know how he beat Bader, but it's cool that he did. It's just one of those things where, like, it's still not the same Tito we saw back in the day. He's still utilizing his wrestling. His stand-up's not too bad. He uses a lot of kicks, actually.
Which I like that a lot.
The thing is, I think that Rogerio probably has the better boxing. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very strong as well. I can only hope that he can use that to get back to his feet or sweep against Tito. It's hard to sweep against Tito.
Yeah. I mean, as much as you talk about BJJ, hold on. You talk about Tito Ortiz, man. His wrestling technique is good.
He's underrated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, actually.
And he knows how to control, stay on top of you. The striking, yes, he's not great, but he's not that bad.
He's actually
Tito,
not that bad,
man, and he got power on his hand. It's it's all by boy. I think he can put some magic in this.
From a stylistic perspective, especially if Tito uses his wrestling, he can win this. I mean, he really can. I don't have enough faith that he'll be able to wrestle his way to victory here. He's shown to tire out a little in a couple fights. He used to have amazing cardio. It just, as of late, it hasn't been there.
So it's first and second, that's the most important. And after that, then if he can't get the first and second, then it's over.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you saw, like, the Forrest Griffin fight, for example.
Yeah.
He looked good in the first round. Second round, he kind of, tired out. And then the third round, he was a human punching back.
Dumb.
That's the thing with Tito. And that's why I can't pick him to win this one. I'll go with Nogueira to win this one.
I think he's training. I think he's good. And no matter what, I got California love to our Tito. So Tito gonna win.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have Brian Ebersole versus Claude Patrick.
Brian, dude, that guy's unorthodox. He fight 50 fights, man.
You know, the guy is unorthodox, but even being unorthodox, he's actually he definitely shows his veteran savvy.
Yeah.
Against Dennis Hallman, he got his back taken, managed to reverse the top control. His ground and pound's pretty nasty, actually, as well. I mean, he hit some elbows on Hallman that got knocked him out. You know.
I tell you, the guy fights so much. He knows what's up, left and right.
The thing with Claude Patrick is he's one of these up and comers that really no one's heard of. Stylistically, he can be pretty fun to watch at times, and other times he can't be. But he's extremely well-rounded. His stand-up's crisp. You saw it against Daniel Roberts. His wrestling's good too, and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has a really strong guillotine, among other moves. He mounted Daniel Roberts as well.
He's so new, dude.
No, he's not. Well, he's actually had. Like I said, no one's heard of him. He's actually had 4 fights under UFC. And a 13-1 or 13-2. He has a really good record as well. I think Claude Patrick's going to keep it up here. He's definitely an up-and-comer I'm looking out for. He's established a winning streak on the prelims. And I think he'll be able to keep it up. I have Claude Patrick winning this one.
I just think Brian got an amazing style, got a veteran savvy. If he can keep out what he has, show this newcomer punk what's up, he gonna win.
Okay. Well, next fight of the main card, we have Mark Hominick versus the Korean zombie Sung Jung.
Korean, man. Hangul, man. What's wrong with you, man?
You know what? I'm a huge fan of the Korean zombie.
So you pick him.
But
no, but we don't take a but.
Mark Hominick, in my opinion, and even though Sung Jung's been working on it, I feel that Mark Hominick's going to be the more technical boxer in this fight. This is a guy that did take the 5th round against Jose Aldo, and he hung tough against him as well.
Do you know what Korean zombie means? That means he's a zombie. You can't be a zombie. He's just going to be there, and you're going to be there as a rocket, and then he'll be Korean rocket. He's going to be there no matter what, dude.
No, that's true, but the only problem is Mark Hominick will always be there too. I mean, this guy's not a guy that's easy to knock out or anything like that. If Jung starts using more of his ground game, I'd actually worry a little more for Hominick. Jung actually has a pretty underrated ground game. If you saw the Leonard Garcia fight, he jumped on his back and did a front flip.
See?
To take his back.
Man, we're Korean people, man. We take a taekwondo when we are 3 years old, dude. All this jumping, flying, we just don't want to bust out yet because, it's just
ninja
not
skills, right?
We're not Japanese. We don't do ninja. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Okay, but no, Sung Jung, he's always a game fighter. I mean, this is a guy that'll keep going at you,
no matter what,
even if you pound him out really badly.
Yeah.
I mean, George Root managed to stop him, but otherwise. And Mark Hominick, he has some pretty heavy hands for the division, but he's definitely more of a guy that will pick you apart a little more before going for the finish. John, you know what the Korean zombie will do.
The Korean zombie, 100% Korean pride. Just keep moving forward, man. Moving forward.
I do have Hominick winning this. I'm a big fan of the Korean zombie.
I think you're wrong, dude. I think you're wrong. Korean zombie gonna show you what's up.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
We're gonna eat so much kimchi and spicy and then kill you, man.
I guess so, man. Well, let's go on to the prelims then. Okay, we have Igor Prokopyak versus Krzysztof Szynski. I got Krzysztof Szynski winning this one.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's got some heavy hands, stand-ups improving, and then
Kimura, dude.
Yeah, he has a really nasty Kimura game. He can get it from even half guard. His side mat Kimuras are really strong. He's hit a good amount of people with that move.
Yeah, this guy's good.
Yeah, even from the bottom, he hits Kimuras as well. For Kryak, he's just a lower tier light heavyweight to me.
Uh-huh.
He has some heavy hands. He's just kind of there, really, to me. I've never been that impressed with Kryak, to be perfectly honest with you.
I agree with you.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have Jared Hammond versus Constantino Filippo.
I think Hammond will win this one.
You know what? Hammond looks good at 185.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have Filippo winning this one.
Oh, why?
I think he's going to be the more technical boxer.
Okay.
And that seems kind of like the theme of the night.
Yeah, I know.
To me, it's like brawler versus technical boxer or something. But yeah. I feel that way. And also, Filippo does brawl, too. You saw against Jorge Rivera.
Uh-huh.
He's got some heavy hands. He can brawl. I do worry, though. Jared Hammond looked really good, man. I don't think he saw the fight, but against CB Dalloway, which is his middleweight debut, Dalloway actually took him down, went for an arm triangle, and almost got it, but Hammond defended. CB Dalloway, I think, pretty much gassed out his arms, and then Jared Hammond in the second round went and just beat him up. I mean, he would just, seriously drop him and just keep ground and pounding him until Dalloway was just done. I mean, his pressure fighting is really something, actually, and it really shows in the middleweight division.
Yeah, he's a great cardio and the pressure. It's a really good guy.
Yeah, I think these two will actually. I can't really see this fight really going to the ground too much.
Yeah.
I think this might just be a stand-up brawl.
That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, it might be a fun fight to watch. Possible contender for a fight of the night, just because stylistically, I can see these guys just punching each other in the face a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next fight after that, we have Dennis Homan versus John Makdessi.
John Makdessi.
I like John to pull, but I gotta go with Dennis Homan to win this one, man.
Why you keep picking the guy who what's up with you, man? Just tell me what.
Grappler versus striker.
Okay, striker will win.
Okay. The thing is, Dennis Homan, veteran versus newcomer.
You picked the newcomer before. Why not now?
Well, this guy's like a less than 10 fight newcomer, though. John Makdessi, he's undefeated. But I think he has less than 10 fights, if I'm not mistaken, or just 10 fights, something to that nature. Whereas Homan has over 50 fights.
Okay, let me ask you.
And stylistically.
Let me ask you.
Mm.
Does John have a crazy style or not?
He does. He did a spinning back fist finish to one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Watson to Watson.
You think that's he did it because he's lucky? No, he got skill, man.
No, he's very skilled on the feet. He is really skilled on feet. I just feel in this case that Dennis Homan will be able to get the fight to the ground and work his submission game.
Well, John's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
And he's good on his feet, right?
Yeah.
And the feet is helping out keep a long distance, right? So you're gonna lose, right?
I don't know about that, right? So, yeah.
I don't know. I just think, he's undefeated. He got some skill going on. True, he hasn't fight many, but hey, this guy's good with staying out.
We'll see, man. It's definitely got that style clash going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next fight after that is Yves Jabin versus Walel Watson.
Yves Jabin.
I'll go with Jabin too. I think he might be the spear striker here.
Yeah, he's striking pretty good.
It's really crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So much I can say. I actually didn't see Walel's first fight in the UFC. But I've seen Yves Jabin. I like his striking a lot. Mm-hmm. It's very crisp. He has really strong leg kicks as well. I'll go with Jabin to win this one.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have two mirror images of each other as Mark Bocek is going to fight Nick Lentz.
This one's tough. I got Nick Lentz.
I got Bocek, but honestly, they're kind of the same guy. They're both strong wrestlers with good grappling games. So.
Well, true, but I think Nick have a little bit better wrestling, and his grappling is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think he has grappling, wrestling. I think he can pull it off.
Yeah. I would argue that Bocek probably has the better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills than Lentz.
Okay.
Lentz probably, would probably have the better striking. I was never impressed with Bojak's striking. I'm actually not much of a fan of either of these guys.
What are you picking him for?
Of either of these guys.
Okay.
But, I've seen Mark Bojak do really well against the likes of, like, a Jim Miller coming off a loss. Even though he lost, I mean, Ben Henderson beat him up pretty bad, but it's Ben Henderson.
Ben Henderson.
Charles Oliveira made a really good fight against Nick Lentz. So actually, Nick Lentz has a really good chance of winning here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bojak, he's been with the UFC for a long time. He does have strong wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think he'll be able to get the fight to the ground and win the grappling.
Okay, we just got to see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, next fight after that, we have UFC newcomer Jake Heck versus Rich Antonito.
Rich Antonito, well-rounded.
Yeah, I'll just go with Antonito. You know what? I don't know much about Heck, so that's really influencing my opinion here. And I have seen Antonito ever since he moved to 170. I think he just beat Daniel Roberts, if I'm not mistaken. He's like pretty solid. He trains on the American Top Team. Yeah, he comes off just like that well-rounded fighter.
Awesome.
Okay, and finally we have two UFC newcomers as John Cholis is going to fight Mitch Clark.
Jon Jones?
Yeah, Cholis, man. I think he's a Hento Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Mm-hmm.
The guy did like this nasty knee bar against in the strike for prelims actually against Mark Stevens.
Wow.
And his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really strong. I think he'll be able to get the win over Mitch Clark here.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Good call.
Cool. That's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC 140. If you have any comments, just leave them below. Got anything else to say, man?
No, nothing much except Korean people can win.
Okay, and that's it for MMA for you. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.